We're watching Melissa's Legally Blind World YouTube channel. Let's have some nerding out, education, and fun.
Welcome to Narrator. This is Narrator Home, where you can get help, access your settings, and learn about new features. Narrator is a screen reader that describes aloud what's on your screen, so you can use that information to navigate your device. To start or stop Narrator, press the Windows logo key plus Control plus Enter. Explore the sections below to get started. Quick Start, button, Alt, Q.
Now,
Learn the basics of caps lock, speed decreased to 50%.
make sure I'm still there.
Caps. This is Narrator Home. Quick Start, button. Narrator window. This guide shows you the basics of using Narrator. Narrator reads aloud what's on your screen so you can use that information to navigate your PC. To turn it on or off, press and hold the Windows logo key, then press Ctrl and Enter. Every page in this guide will be read to you automatically. To stop reading, press Ctrl. Then, use the up or down arrow keys to keep reading from where Narrator left off. When you're ready, press Enter on the Start Guide button to go to the next screen. Navigation landmark. Start Guide, button, Alt, S. Throughout this guide, you'll hear keyboard shortcuts and narrator commands that may be useful to you. They'll sound like this. Caps Lock +1. That means press and hold Caps Lock, then press the number 1 key. This shortcut turns on Input Learning. Input Learning tells you what keys you're pressing on your keyboard, as well as the narrator command associated with them. To turn it off, press and hold Caps Lock, then press the number 1 key twice. You'll learn many commands as you go through this guide. You can view a full list of narrator commands anytime by pressing Caps Lock plus F1. Press Enter on the next button to go to the next screen. Navigation landmark. Next, button, Alt, N.
Now, what this is, it's training. It's Padawan training for screen reader users.
Scan mode is a feature of Narrator that lets you use just a few keys to move around your screen. Scan mode is already on unless you turned it off. You can practice turning it off and on by pressing Caps Lock plus Spacebar. Be sure it's turned on for the remainder of this guide. While you're in scan mode, you can press the up and down arrow keys to read different parts of the page. When you get to something that you want to use, like a link or button, press Enter. Navigation landmark. Next, button, Alt, N. You can review individual characters in words by using the left and right arrow keys. This is a great way to check spelling. To read word by word, press Ctrl plus left arrow or Ctrl plus right arrow. You can try this now, or go to the next screen. Navigation landmark. Next, button, Alt, N. Word.
In fact, I'm gonna try.
Control, by, word, press, Control, 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 back, next, button, Alt. In addition to using the up and down arrow keys, you can also move to different sections on a page using headings. Here are some examples of how different heading levels are read out. Heading Level 1. This is a heading level 1, which is often used for page titles. Heading Level 2. This is a heading level 2, which is often used for section headings within pages. To move to the next heading, press the H key. To go back to the previous heading, press Shift plus H. You may need to do that on this page. You can try this now, or go to the next screen. Navigation land Control.
In fact, I'm gonna try this.
Try.
So I'm gonna try Shift H, which is to go back up.
Shift. This is a heading level. This is a heading level 1, which is often used for. This is a heading level 2, which is often used for Control.
Okay, that time I used just regular letter H, and I'm gonna try it. I'm gonna practice this a bit. Shift H will bring me back up, apparently.
Shift. This is a heading level 1, which is often used for page titles. Heading level 1. This is a heading level 2, which is often used for section headings within pages. Heading level 2.
I'm gonna practice one more time.
Shift. This is a heading level 1, which is often used for page titles. Heading level 1. This is a heading level 2, which is often used for section headings within pages. Heading level 2.
Color my next Legally Blind Jedi trial. This isn't for sighted Jedi Padawans, but it's a great trial for the legally blind Padawans.
Back, tab, next, button, Alt, N. Landmarks are like containers that enclose similar parts of a page or app, and you can navigate directly to them. They can be a grouping of similar elements, like buttons, or blocks of text, or a single element like a search box. Landmarks are super common on the web. There are generally 3 types of landmarks. Navigation landmarks let you move between different parts of an app. The next and back buttons on this page are inside a navigation landmark. Main landmarks are an app's content. The words are part of this page's main landmark. Search landmarks are typically search boxes. We'll talk more about these later. To move to the next landmark, press the D key. To go back to the previous landmark, press Shift plus D. You may need to do that on this page. Item has no primary action. Control.
So it says like D for going back.
Navigation landmark. This page, navigation landmarks let you move between different parts of an app. The next and back buttons on. Caps lock. On this page are inside a navigation landmark. Caps lock, landmark. Landmark, main landmarks are an app's content. The words are part of this page's main landmark. Search landmarks are typically search boxes. We'll talk more about these later. To move to the next landmark, press the D key. To go back to the previous landmark, press Shift plus D. Shift. No previous landmark, no previous landmark, navigation landmark.
Okay.
Back, tab, next, button. Text boxes are places on a page where you can enter your own text. You'll find them a lot in forms. When you land inside a text box, scan mode will automatically turn off. After you're done typing, you can use the down arrow key to keep going. If you're in a multi-line text box, you may need to press the down arrow several times to get out of the box. Once you're out of the text box, scan mode will turn back on. There's a single line text box below. Go ahead and practice entering text. Navigation landmark. This is a label for a text box. Edit, Alt, T. You're now inside the text box, so you can start typing.
So I'm gonna try, I'm gonna pretend this is the Robo Armory forum, and type
Shift, cap H, E, L, O, space, hello, O, space, 2, M, Y, space, my, cap J, E, D, I, space, Jedi, Shift, F, R, I, E, N, D, S, space, friends.
I'm gonna go back to read it out.
Caps lock. There's a single line text. This is a label for a text box. Edit. Hello to my Jedi friends. Alt, T. Press space to edit.
And I'm gonna try to get out of it.
Hello to my Jedi friends. Navigation landmark.
That was easy. It's just press the down arrow, apparently now.
Back, tab, next, button. Controls let you take actions and make choices. The next and back buttons in this guide are a type of control. You'll get to try out several different types of controls on this page. To move between them, press the up and down arrow keys, or press tab or shift plus tab. Using the tab key will work to move between controls even when you're not using a screen reader like Narrator. In some cases, the up and down arrow keys may move you through a list of choices in a control. Once you get to the choice you want, press enter. You'll also press enter to use controls that only have 2 states, like a toggle or checkbox. This is a checkbox text label checkbox unchecked. Checked. Tab. This is a combo box text label, choose a continent, combo box, collapsed. Choose a continent, 1 of 8, selected. Africa, 2 of, Antarctica, Asia, Australia, Europe, North America, South America, 8 of 8. This is a combo box text label, South America, combo box. This is a toggle text label, toggle switch, off. This is a toggle text label, toggle switch, on. This is a search box text label, edit, scan off. Type the name of a continent.
This one, the searching I already know how to do. but so I'm gonna skip that part.
Back. Next. Button. You may have noticed that caps lock is an essential key in many narrator commands. When used in narrator, caps lock is also known as the narrator key. Insert can also serve as your narrator key. So, when you encounter a command that uses the narrator key, just remember that you can use either caps lock or insert. The narrator key will be referred to as simply narrator in commands from now on. Navigation landmark. Next. Button. Let's go over a few narrator commands that let you customize what and how narrator reads things to you. Here they are. Increase narrator voice speed by pressing narrator and the plus sign. Decrease voice speed by pressing narrator and the minus sign. Hear the current item by pressing narrator and tab. Hear the title of a window by pressing narrator and T. To go to the top of a window, press narrator and home. To go to the bottom of a window, press narrator and end. To read from wherever you are, press narrator and R. To read from the top of the window, press narrator and W. To browse a list of narrator commands, press narrator and F1. To open narrator settings, press Windows logo key plus Control plus N. Navigation landmark. Next. Button. Alt. N. Let's practice what you've learned so far by exploring a sample web page. Once you enter the web page, all narrator reading and navigation commands will move you around the web page's content. This lets you focus on what's inside the web page, instead of all the info on the screen. Here's a reminder of the skills you can use. To move up and down a page, press the up and down arrow keys. To review individual text characters, press the left and right arrow keys. To read word by word, press Ctrl plus left arrow or Ctrl plus right arrow. To move between headings, press the H key, or Shift plus H. To move between landmarks, press the D key, or Shift plus D. To move to the address bar, press Alt plus D or Ctrl plus L. Once you hear narrator say, search or enter web address, editing, enter the word more to bring up a list of suggestions. Press the up and down arrow keys to move through the options, and press enter to choose one. All the options will take you to the same web page. Once you do that, you'll be inside the content area of the sample web page. You'll notice that the up and down arrow keys, commands, and heading and landmark navigation will keep you within the web page's content area. You'll notice a similar experience with narrator when you use web browsers like Edge. When you're ready to move on in Quick Start, press Tab or Shift plus Tab to exit the web page, instead of the up or down arrow keys. Once you leave the web page, narrator will go back to reading everything that's on your screen. Search or enter web address, group, Alt, D, navigation landmark. Search or enter web address, search or enter web address, edit, double tap to place text insertion point, triple insertion point before space, scan off. E, space, the, E, L, suggestions. B, backspace, E, W, suggestions. Period, misspelled, THWW, backspace, W, suggestion, W, suggestions. Down arrow, www.morevegetablesplease.com, space, com, suggestions. Enter, more vegetables please, pane, scan, 0% vertically scrolled, tab. More vegetables please, 1 1/3 cups warm water checkbox unchecked. Control. Shift. Header, banner landmark. Caps lock. Better veggies. Better living. More veggies please logo, image. Classic margarita pizza with basil and fresh mozzarella.
The classic pizza is pizza. We all know that one.
Fast and healthy. Classic margarita pizza with basil and fresh mozzarella. Time to prepare: 25 minutes. Caps lock. Fast and healthy. Classic margarita pizza with basil and fresh mozzarella.
Trying to figure out how to get to if there's any paragraphs or not.
Time to prepare: 25 minutes. A thin crust is the hallmark of this archetypal pizza dish. If it's too thick, you might lose the nuance of the simple flavors that make this a classic. The key is balance. Avoid overloading any one topping or flavor. Instead, let the simple ingredients blend harmoniously.
Haha! Okay, that's a little funny. I like how they insert a little quip or joke there. That's pretty cool.
Heading Level 2 Ingredients. Caps Lock. Classic margarita pizza with basil and control. Ingredients. Heading Level 2. Caps Lock. 1 1/3 cups warm water checkbox unchecked. Checked. Caps. 1 1/3 cups warm water. 2 1/4 teaspoons yeast checkbox unchecked. Checked. Caps Lock. Tab. 1 teaspoon white sugar checkbox unchecked. Tab. 2 1/2 cups high elasticity flour checkbox unchecked. Shift. 1 teaspoon white sugar. Checked. 2 1/2 cups high elasticity flour checkbox checked. Unchecked. Checked. 2 1/2 cups high elasticity flour checkbox checked. Unavailable. Pizza dough Napolitana, heading level 2.
Pizza. This is making me hungry.
Caps lock. Stir warm water, just above room temperature, yeast and sugar together in a large bowl, then let stand until the yeast is dissolved, 3 to 5 minutes. 1 of 5 level 1, caps lock. Dough stir in bread flour, or other high elastic flour, whole grain flour and salt until the dough begins to form. This dough will be slightly more wet than normal bread dough. Let the dough sit for about 5 minutes, 2 of 5 level 1. Back, button, tab, next, button. The next few skills work whether or not you're using a screen reader like Narrator. Heading level 2, switching between apps. When you have several apps open, you can switch between them by pressing Alt plus Tab. You may need to hold down Alt, and press the Tab key several times to find the app you want. If you try the shortcuts on this page, use Alt plus Tab to get back to this guide. Heading level 2, searching for apps. Pressing the Windows logo key gets you to the Start menu, and to the search box on your taskbar. From there, you can enter the name of the app you want to find. Then, use the up and down arrow keys to move through the options, and press enter to select one. Heading level 2, closing apps. To close an app, press Alt plus F4. You may need to press the Fn key before you do this. Navigation landmark. Next, button, Alt, N.
Not gonna probably risk that because I have a little bit of vision with glasses on, and I can always use my finger because my laptop is touchscreen, and every time you exit this app, double tap to activate. So,
congratulations! You've reached the end of this guide. We hope it was helpful. Each section is linked below, so you can review it again if you want. When you're ready to dive deeper, you can check out the link, Narrator User Guide for even more info. Link, Welcome to Narrator, 1 of 13. Link, Explore your keyboard, 2 of 13. Link, Scan mode, 3 of 13. Link, Reading words and characters, 4 of 13. Link, Headings, 5 of 13. Link, Landmarks, 6 of 13. Link, Entering text, 7 of 13. Link, Buttons, checkboxes, and other controls, 8 of 13. Link, The narrator key, 9 of 13. Link, Important narrator commands, 10 of 13. Link, Try it out, explore a web page, 11 of 13. Link, Control.
it sadly didn't teach how to open the logo context menu because on my blog I have unlabeled pictures for the blind. I don't know how to label them. Sadly, this guide didn't go through how to open up the logo context menu, so...
Back, button, tab. Go to Narrator Home, button, Alt. Heading Level 1, Welcome to Narrator. This is Narrator Home, where you can get help, access your settings, and learn about new features. Narrator is a screen reader that describes aloud what's on your screen, so you can use that information to navigate your device. To start or stop Narrator, press the Windows logo key plus Control plus Enter. Explore the sections below to get started. Quick Start, button, Alt, Q. Learn the basics of Control, Caps Lock, speed increase to 55%.
Well, guys, there you go. There's Windows Narrator Screen Reader 101, and me learning alongside you guys. And hopefully you legally blind and totally blind found this useful, as I am legally blind. As you can probably tell, these are my fake glasses. But anyway, that's basically Windows Narrator for the blind and visually impaired, like those that can see a little bit but not a whole lot. And I just want to say thank you to Microsoft for providing this easy, accessible guide, because now I know how to navigate headings now and how to get out of the text box. So when I'm on a text field like the TRA shout box on TRA, I have a way to get in and now out of the text box, so I can go to like recent threads or something, and stuff like that. But if I ever need to, I can always go back to this menu and study up on the commands of this screen reader at any point in a given time. So I hope you guys found this video. Those of you that are legally blind like me, or you're totally blind like Whistler, you can easily navigate with Windows Narrator on Windows 10. And just figured I'd throw a little bit of education out there. Also for the sighted as well. I know you sighted folks, don't need this, but just be aware that at least it's there for those that can't see well. That's a relief, because in a way, this is helping people like me. And everything is blurry, glasses off. So things like Windows Narrator do come in handy.
Tab, Narrator Guide, button, Alt, G. Tab, What's New, button, Alt, W. Tab, Settings, button, Alt, S. Tab, Feedback, button, Alt, F. Tab, Show Narrator Home when Narrator starts, checkbox checked.
And yeah, this shows how it's easy to navigate, and I'm not using my eyes here. I'm not using my weak right eye here. I'm using my ears under the guide of Windows Narrator and what it's reading to me. And, it's a great guide for, you don't even have to be able to see anything at all to be able to use the screen reader. Just turn the reading speed down and you should be raring to go. Like turn it down to about 14%.
Caps Lock. Speed decreased to 50%.
Or even
Speed decreased to 45%.
So you can better get the memo of where you are.
Speed increased to 55%.
And now I'm back to my reading speed. And I just figured I go higher. I go like 70 as well too. Like if I'm sitting for hours, I do 70 if I want to get through something quickly. 70 or 75% reading speed if I want to get through something quickly. And I hope this video turns out to be an educational video, because that's what I'm aiming for in this video, because it would mean a lot to not only the totally blind, but also those of you who are also 2200 or 20 whatever in the legal blindness spectrum. Like you could be 2300, 2400, 2500, and use Windows Narrator like this.
Caps Lock. Help improve Narrator. Press Windows. Feedback, button, Alt, F. Customize Settings, button, Alt, F tab. Feedback, button, Alt, F tab. Show narrator home when narrator starts, checkbox checked.
Like that. And it's a great help for people like me who can see the screen a little bit, but not a whole lot. And yeah, hope you guys find this video educational. From the sighted to the legally blind to the totally blind, hope everybody finds this video educational, because I kind of do with making it. And yeah, had fun or learned something from this video, feel free to check out more of Legal Blindness Nerding Out Fun here at Melissa's Legally Blind World. Remember to trust in the Force, and may it always be with you always. Get a load of these other videos from my channel. Thanks for watching.